Hey, this is Mike. Thank you so much for choosing this video. Today we're checking out Lasfit floor liners for vehicles. Now these are made out of TPE, which is a thermoplastic elastomer, and they're very durable. That's one of the benefits of that material. Very durable, they're water resistant, they wear very well, and they're not going to tear very easily. They're very flexible, so they lay in different in different floorboards and able to move around. They're not going to shatter or anything like that when it's very cold. They also have a stain resistance, so there's not going to stain. It's easily cleaned out. They're able to be recycled, so it's an eco-friendly material. They're odorless, which is really nice. Some materials have like this strong plasticky or rubber smell when you put them in. These are completely, I don't smell anything. They also have like if you touch them and you rub your hands on them, there's no black stuff that's rubbing off on your hands like some liners. They're not overly heavy. They have a good solid, material feel though. And they're custom fit for your particular vehicle. So they're designed to fit perfectly in the space that they're supposed to go in your vehicle. So not like some kind of universal fit and they don't really fit right. These fit perfect. So they're designed specifically for your vehicle. Here is a fresh set of Lasfit liners for a Toyota Tacoma. And we're gonna fit them in a 2025 model, but 2024 models fit as well. So yeah, you can see they're cupped. And they have a lot of coverage here on the side as well as the back. A lot better coverage than the factory mats for sure. Here's the center part, which it is connected in the middle. I like the way it has not only a rubberized grip, but it has these little bumps here on the bottom, and it digs into the carpet, keeping it in place. You also can snap the liners in place here, both on the driver and passenger sides, and has covers for those so dirt doesn't go in those little areas, which is very important to me. Also full coverage there on the footrest. So yeah, having that contoured on the sides and then full coverage everywhere without impeding your legroom or anything is excellent. You see them in comparison to the factory. This is the TRD Pro mat here. While it has a cool design on it with the tire tread, it leaves a lot of open space for dirt to get underneath the mat. Here on the left side, also where it connects, where it hooks in on the floor, dirt gets right in there anyway. So dirt and mud and everything gets in there. And then under the mat, it just builds up a lot of dirt. And as you step on the mat and move it around, that dirt, gets in place into the carpet, and just, it's just not fun, right? It's just not good. Over here, it's a wider lip. So if you're getting in the vehicle with muddy boots or whatever, your leg's gonna hit the side of the console. So having that protection there is good. Also full coverage on these latches here. And also it still has a deep and plenty of grooves here for mud and everything to get into the bottom while still giving you traction on the top with a little pattern there. And then, of course, you have more coverage back this way towards underneath the seat, because sometimes you're moving your legs around and you notice this only goes a little bit. Also, if you have muddy boots or whatever, that mud's gonna go here and it's gonna run off to the sides. There's not much coverage. This one has a place for it to puddle up here, and also just in general, keeps everything inside the pan and not running off into the carpet. So this one seems to be designed for, not really allowing full coverage of the carpet. This one is designed to cover the carpet completely. And so when you take this out, your carpet underneath is clean. So all you have to do is hose this off and clean it, put it back in, and you don't have any kind of, any kind of buildup of mud, sand, or whatever in the carpet underneath it. If your vehicle's dirty, you want to go ahead and clean it before you put the new liners in. So you can see those snaps there. So it's very easy to just kind of put in place, like so. I'm doing it with one hand and camera in the other hand. All right, so the main thing you want to line up are these attachments here. So you can see the fit is perfect. It covers up all the way to the threshold area of the sill plate. It goes around here, so if you're getting in with your boots, it's not going to slide on the carpet. It covers this area up where the other one doesn't. Even up here, and then covers there on the side of the console, like I mentioned. And it's a deep tray, so that way it can, hold everything in place while still not impeding your legs getting in and out of the vehicle. So yeah, having that little trough right there, so any kind of liquid that's going this way, it's going to get stopped here, and not just run over into the carpet. Like the other one stops and allows it to get underneath the carpet in several different places. This one, you get full coverage basically everywhere. Now once you snap these in, like so, like that, and like that, the mat is completely secure. Now we can put the covers on. There we go. So now we don't have any sand or anything getting in that, that little space right there. Now let's compare the driver's side mat. This is the factory mat, and this is the TRD Pro, so this is the high-end one. And it does have the coverage on the footrest here, but you can see it comes down and it's flat here, so things can fall into the edges very easily. And once again, no covers here on the latches. The Lasfit, on the other hand, we have more coverage here on the side, pretty much everywhere, behind the pedals and everything, here on the side, over here, and a little bit more coverage coming back this way, and that little trough for things. If there's any kind of like things going here, it's going to get caught in this little trough, and everything mostly gets caught in this, any kind of water or mud or anything like that, slush, snow, anything like that. Floorboard in front of the driver's seat. Let's go ahead and put this mat in place so we can see the difference. And once again, fairly easy to do, and the main thing is to line up these. So let's go ahead and line this up. Once we get these lined up and turn them, and it secures the mat, we can go ahead and put these back on. Just kind of press them in place, like so. All right, so now we have better coverage here on the back. Goes all the way back here, unlike the other one. We have the sidewall there covered, and a little bit behind the pedals. The other one cut off quite a bit, or like cut off down here, so things can go down into the underneath the floorboard, the floor mat, and get in the carpet. And then the floor mat, or the floor footrest here, is better coverage here and here on the side, and then here all the way to the threshold area, and even that little corner is covered. So yeah, definitely better coverage with these Lasfit liners for sure. So here is the factory mats in the back seat, and you can tell it's just like a flat mat here and there. So yeah, they just not really good coverage. I mean, it's just like bare minimum coverage really. The Lasfit, on the other hand, is a full coverage here, but also connected in the middle. So if you need coverage on that center hump as well, which this one has 0, then you'll get that too. It goes underneath the seat a little bit, because sometimes people put their feet underneath the seat. They also kick their heels back on the underneath the seat portion where the battery is located on this case. So yeah, this whole area is covered and transitions nicely. And it's one piece. It's very easy to take it out, clean it, put it back in, and make sure the orientation is right. Okay, so let's do this with one hand again. Camera in one hand and the mat in the other. And because it contours so nicely, you just lay it in there and it kind of like falls in place. It's kind of neat how it works, since it is a full, form-fitted mat. You just throw it in here and just kind of tuck it and make sure it's in place. And it just kind of falls in there. All right, so tuck that. That goes there. Make sure it's pulled back a little bit. Let's go to the other side. Let's pull this back a little bit, push it down. All right, so we have better coverage already. You can see all the way to the threshold here, sill plate up against the wall I was talking about where the battery is, underneath the seat, and then you have the center console hump in the middle covered. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. I'll have a link in the description for Lasfit liners. Lasfit has a lot of different things that they sell, so I have a link to their website so you can check it out. But the liners are exceptional. They look really good, and I like the way it doesn't have any kind of smell or any kind of weird quirkiness to them. They're just very straightforward, very durable, and you just don't really have to worry about them. They have like a lifetime warranty. They have a return policy. They have a lot of benefits shopping with Lasfit. And once again, I'll leave a link in the description so you can check it out. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.